Hello!
Hey everyone, how are you? So, we are here to launch the Global Volunteer Winter campaign, and now I'll give you the steps of all the process that we're going to do right now. And now I want to give the word for Dushan that will explain the first steps, and that's it. Let's rock for this winter.
So, hello everyone. As Iago said, here we are, Iago and Dusan, and we are super excited to present you with the framework for the Global Volunteer Winter Peak campaign. Over the next 10 minutes, we will be sharing with you what is campaign going to be about and what are the main guidelines that you need to know and what are the next steps for your implementation. Of course, in case you have any questions, feel free to approach us as soon as possible. Before I start, I just wanted to thank a lot to my brand management team, especially Miriana, who was the one working on this campaign. So all the credits actually goes to her. And yeah, very good job that she done. I really appreciate all the effort that she put into it. So regarding the framework is done is in for all of us very well-known GTCM metrics, which will help us actually structure the informations and have them in a very clear way. So starting with the goal, uh, just to reinforce, what is the goal of campaign is for us to bring positive impact for our society, for us to send as much as possible young Italians to volunteer experiences so they can, on one hand, directly positively impact in the societies where they will go, but more than that, develop themselves, come back here so they can ripple this effect of positive impact that we have on Italian society. Putting this into numbers, our goal for Q4 and Q1 is reflected in 255 experiences that we want to deliver. And here also you can find monthly division of the goal, so you can be a bit of have a bit of a clarity on what is the national goal, and then according to this also how your local goals fit into this national direction. Moving from goals, what is very important, because historically the winter peak is not the highest peak of AIESEC in Italy, but we really believe that we found a way to make it grow exponentially, and it is through focusing on the right targets. So here we define what are the four main groups of people that we would like to focus on, of course. Then on yourself, it will depend how will you implement this in your local realities. So to define who are these people for your market and where you can actually find them and how to reach them. But generally, giving the scope, we divide it starting from what is the ideal applicant. We divided everything in four target groups. So people that just graduated, then students which have mandatory internship, students who finished the exams and waiting for graduation, and people who decided for gap year. Again, like these are the people that we believe are fundamental for us to achieve the goal. They are not the only people that we can send on internship, and you in your LC will this within your synergies will define who are the people that you want to focus on out of these targets, or some other groups of people that you see as fundamental for your goals. Then also what we have here is what are the needs of these people, so what do they really need, and then also what we can offer to them in this sense of what they really need. So on the left side you see you have the needs of each group, and then on the right side what is the value proposition that we offer to them so they can actually get what they need through being part of Global Volunteer. uh, Moving on. So how to reach this target? Of course, for each target, there is a different way to reach them, and that is why this is just a framework, and you need to work a lot on customizing this framework for your local reality and for your market. That means that you need to define how will you use each of the channels in the most efficient way in order to reach your target. What is very important is that all of our efforts needs to be integrated. So we have three main channels, which are online, offline, and ER, and we want to integrate all of them to have single message that we are delivering. In terms of channels, going more deep into it, what is very important is to make sure that we have the right message in each channel and that it is all aligned to our brand and value proposition. Regarding online promotion, so main chunk of online promotion will be MC responsibility, But then still you need to understand how will you benefit from the contents that MC is creating, and how will you create your advertisement strategies in order to reach your targets. Because if you want to reach the goal for Q4 and Q1, it means that you need to be focused. If you want to be focused, you need to use proper channels, and online advertisement is one of the very important channels. On the other side, regarding the content that will be created, content is divided in three content lines. So storytelling, which should give a 360 degrees perspective of one global volunteer experience. Then global volunteer, which should present country partners and projects that they have. And then skills 2030, which is the topic of putting there the question of what are the skills that these people, young people today, need so they can be successful today, but also in 15 years. And then also the other very important thing for the online promotion is evolution of user experience, which is something that will completely be MC run, and it's regarding to evolution of our website and landing pages and experience of people that they have through uh, site and digital platforms. Regarding offline promotion, this is where the LC responsibility is the biggest, because offline engagement is essentially important for us to achieve our global volunteer goal. And going to like what should be the focus of offline activities, effective and intense class shouts. So understanding where we can reach these targets that we define, and then finding the right links with professors to present them very clearly what is value that we can offer them, then engaging info desk and on-campus activities, but then even more important, events with clear added value for students and other people that you want to reach. So depending on your targets, you need to define which are the topics that you want to drag, which are the things that will make them interesting, and then organize and gather the communities of people that represent your target, and then being present in places where youth is engaged. So as you could see, that targets are not necessarily deeply connected with the university in this moment. So you need to understand also how to reach the target outside of university with your offline activities. And regarding to external relations, again, I really believe that this channel can be a game changer, mostly in terms of university and local media to spread the message and amplify our impact, but then also in terms of local influencers, so people that can recommend global volunteers to young people of your city. Because what, like for example, if you look at speak data, uh, there is very clear that Italian youth make decisions under influence. So they are influenced by their parents, they're influenced by their teachers and professors and people of that they found important in them. So if somebody from these groups of people recommend global volunteer experience, there is way more chance that we could actually engage those people, but then also think about how to engage other student organizations, because these are the people that should be proactive enough to take the step of going for an experience such as global volunteer. Moving on from channels to the message part, the main message should be correspondent with the AIESEC way, but also aligned with the blue book. So if you look here, you can get a summary of what are the main values that we are offering on the left side regards the global brand alignment. Then on the right side, you will find how we customize this for Italian youth. So the three main values that we are offering are personal development, international experience, and positive impact on society. Going more deeper into this, what is very important is alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals, also known as global goals or SDGs. And this is a very important topic that I'm bringing back directly from IC, because there we talked a lot that all of our operations in Global Volunteer will be completely aligned with the SDGs, which means that, like, for example, if you go now to Opportunity Portal, all the opportunities are sorted by SDGs, etc., etc., and this trend will continue. So if we miss out on engaging Italian youths with the global goals, we are missing out for Global Volunteers, not only for this year, for this week, but for the next 15 years. So it is our responsibility to start engaging, engaging our market about SDGs, which means making them aware of global goals and the impact that global goals are having and the importance of global goals, but also building this emotional connection with them and global goals, and like making them act upon them. Being super concrete on from there will be more information about it, of course, in marketing newsletter. But from 18th of September till 24th of September, there is Global Week for Global Goals, and AIESEC Italy will take part of it as our effort to make sure that our market is educated and aware about the global goals and is willing to act upon them. We also need, this needs to be taken on in the LC. So when you are designing your local campaigns, you need to make sure that you have activities to make people of your community aware about the SDGs and connect your brand value proposition with the sustainable development goals. And then coming to the what should be the brand's message of the whole campaign, it stays why not as we agreed on the facts, but it's divided into four sub campaigns. What does it mean? So we have four different target groups that we want to reach, and for each we will have customized message and customized sub campaign that we will be running. So for people that so here you can find all the information about each sub campaign and all the messages. It's very clear. In case you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me or Miriana. What does it mean is that nationally through online channels we will be running four sub campaigns. Then you don't need to choose all four targets for your LC, and you will customize these things for your local environment. But in terms of online contents, all the efforts will be divided in these four sub campaigns that will be targeting these four groups of people. And here is the timeline of the sub campaign. So here you can see that each sub campaign will last for 2 weeks with 5 days break between sub campaigns. So you can also understand if you will be targeting these groups in your community, when you can expect the biggest content support from the national team for reaching this specific group of people. And then last but not least, in terms of materials, so by the official start of the campaign, there will be offline materials that you will get, so posters, flyers, and stickers. But then also what's very important regarding online is how you can contribute, which is mostly linked to storytelling. And again, importance of storytelling is very fundamental in this moment. And this is the moment when you have a lot of EPs that are coming back from their experiences. So make sure that you approach them for storytelling and you create materials that you can later on use to spread the message of Global Volunteer. Just coming back shortly on the timeline, these are the four sub campaigns with regards to target. We are starting promotion from the 18th of September, when we will start week for global goals. So we will start by a week full of contents regarding global goals, which will end with a clear call to action to all the students to join us in our effort to achieve global goals by volunteering, by being part of global volunteer program. And then we will continue feeding content for global volunteers according to content lines continuously until the end of December. But these are the sub campaigns where we will focus more of our efforts to reach specific market parts. To not get confused, campaign is not starting on 17th of October, it's starting on 18th of September, but the specific sub campaigns are starting on 17th of October, just to make this clear. And then last but not least, there is a call to action for all of you. So on this link here, you will find tool for planning. Tool is very simple. It has two parts that you need to fill in. First, you go to the card with your LC name, so LC Ancona. You open the card with LC Ancona and you fill in all the fields. There is instruction on how to fill it in. So you fill in what is your goal, what is your target, so you customize your targets, where you will find your target and what are the key activities to reach it. And then from there on, based on this, you build a plan of promotional activities that you want to have in order to achieve the goal. Then when you have all of this, you go to the first card, and there you just fill in what are your monthly goals for applicants, accepted, approved, and realized. And that's it. This needs to be filled in by Sunday, 11th of September. So no later than Sunday, 11th of September, 23:59. And another essential thing, which should be obvious, but let's put it here. All of these things needs to be done in the synergy. So that doesn't make sense if marketing sits and he chooses the activities and everything, and then no, you need to sit together and to define how you want to reach your goal.
Together.
So I hope everything is clear. I hope this brings some clarity on what is the campaign and how the campaign will look like. In case you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me or Iago or Miriana. We will make sure to have a consultancy space regarding the campaign in the next 10 days. More information you will get in time, don't worry about that. But now your task is to go to go very specifically through the whole booklet, sit in your synergy, and fill in the planning tools. So make your local implementation platform with this campaign. That's all. Enjoy your day, and a lot of regards from me, Iago. See you soon. Ciao.
Ciao.